Good morning, afternoon, boys and girls. This is Miss Faye. I'm so glad to see you. Sorry I'm sitting on an angle. That's where my chair is. Hope all is well with you. I'm doing another Nearpod lesson. I hope you enjoy it. Today we're going to learn about memoirs. Let's jump right into it. You're going to get this code on your package if you pick up the package. If not, it's going to be, the information is going to be available to you, the codes. There are several codes you're going to need. So here it is. If you put your name, that'll be great. If you use a nickname, write your nickname here. Join the session. So memorize. The point of this lesson is to think of use powerful words. It's about word choices today. And you're going to use those 6 words or 6 sentences to tell your story. So boys and girls, what's your story? What is it about you? Memoirs is like a impactful autobiography. Autobiography is a story about you. You're writing your own story. Now, biographies is another type of story, but today we're going to learn about autobiographies, meaning you're writing your own story, and the type of writing you're doing is memoirs. These are all genres of writing we're learning today. So today, after this lesson, you should be able to identify what memoirs are, and you're going to use 6 words to write your own memoir. Please don't click on any of these things. This is just an introduction to what your lessons will eventually start to look like. This is called a hyperdoc, and each of these links will take you to the parts of the lesson that we're going to be going on. And if you're in this, this is for people who have the package. So if you want to click on those links that I have or type them into your phone or any device you have, it'll take you to those locations so you can rewatch the videos that I'm going to show parts of and to know the flow of the lesson and what my expectation of you is. Where it says your task, that's what your expectation to do. This is what I'm teaching you, the materials I'm using, and this is what I expect of you. Okay, so let's move on. This is a video. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the volume. I had trouble with the volume earlier, so I'm hoping you are. So I'm only going to play a minute of it. So if it doesn't play, it's just going to be a minute of silence for you to think about the pictures. You'll see the pictures. This doesn't have any words to it. It has music to it. So pay attention to the words. Hopefully you can hear the words. And think about what word choices you would have for this if you were to script this. You mean write words for this. What would you put for this? How would you tell this young lady's story? So notice what she has in her hand. How would you describe that with one word? If you can hear the music, what's the music playing? Why do you think she chose that music? What is she reading? What is she now? She's still there, but she's visualizing herself doing all these things after she's read this book. And notice this is over a short period of time. She didn't actually go to those places. Her mind took her to those places. So she's imagining that. So that's the end of that video. And I want you to think about how could you put words to that video to write a memoir for her. Now, memoirs can be written from, it's about a person or a place. And if you're writing about somebody else, it's a biography. And biographies are nonfiction writing that gives a true account. Remember, nonfiction means true. You can prove it; it's factual. And then if you wrote it about yourself, it would be autobiographical, which means you're writing about yourself. Auto means self. Bio is life. So you and graph means write. So it means I'm writing about my own life. So you're going to tell your life story with 6 words or 6 sentences. I know you can do it. Here's another definition. I just described what that means. Remember, memoirs are historical accounts about a certain place or event or person or place. You only use 6 words because I want you to learn about word choices as well. Remember, authors are painters, but they paint with words, and their canvas is their paper or whatever they're writing on. And the word choices they use help the reader paint a picture in their mind. So you're going to be painters or artists, but you're going to use your words, and the choices that you pick will really help a person visualize and see how colorful you are. And I want to see your colors. I want to see what you're all about. And I really think that you're going to have a lot of a good experience doing this because you're going to really think about who you are. Okay. So as writers, you try to evoke the feelings. This is an anchor chart. If you want to go back over and look at it, and you can see it kind of went over everything I'm just telling you about. Um, Here's the vocabulary. We went over what autobiography is. You're writing about your personal story. A biography, you're writing a true story about someone else. First person, we talked about that before when we were talking about an author's perspective. What are they writing? Are they writing in first person? Are they writing second person? First person is I, me, mine. Second person is you. First person is I, me, mine. Second person is you, yours. Third person is he, she, it, Tom, Dick, Harry, Bob. That's third person. So you really know what's important is you got to understand which way is this author trying to tell this story? What perspective is he telling it from? And it helps you understand what the author trying to get across. We talked about what a memoir is, nonfiction. Don't worry about primary and secondary source. You'll learn that in a different grade. Subject is what are you talking about? What are you writing about? What event, person, or place? It's really a noun. Subject is a noun. Okay, that was a matching exercise you could have done if you had the assignment. I'm going to play part of this. Hopefully, you can hear the audio. This is a vocabulary video that really kind of gives you a rap version of what I just taught you. And if you can't hear it, go back and look at it.
Biography, let's get into it.
Read the words.
Check it out. Here's a story, but not the made up type. Okay. A true story. Yeah, I'm talking real life. A biography is when another person writes about the events of someone else's life. Okay. This person is the subject. They are our interest. All facts, so we call it nonfiction. Biographies are usually about famous people from Thomas Jefferson.
And it don't have to be a famous person. You can write a biography about anybody.
Girl or guy. It can be someone you know, deceased or alive. You might ask, hey, why can't I write about me?
You can.
That's called an autobiography, written in first person, me, myself, and I, also called memoirs, an account of someone's life. A good biography will tell us
I'm going to
more
stop
than
it there. Memoirs is a part of a nonfiction writing, and it's a biographical or autobiographical writing. So you go back and look at the rest of this video. I'm not going to show it all. Here's the matching exercise where you look at, so this is a picture for autobiography. This is a picture for biography. This is first person, memoir, nonfiction, subject. So you match those with the words or the definition. Okay, now here's another video to actually show you, and you can do this if you want to make a video of your design. You can. That's really taking the lesson a step further than I asked of you to do. But this is one example of how they've made their 6-word memoir. And I really want you to pay attention to the word choices and the pictures because you can illustrate your biography, a memoir. Look at this first one. They showing people with these feet. They only are focusing on the feet and the rope around the foot. And then they use the words, is it a love-hate relationship? And notice it's like a tug of war with the feet. And so they chose to focus your eyes on this feet and this rope, just to really make you think about what they're trying to say. So you could tell your story with 6 words. What would those words be? What story would you tell about yourself? And this is an example of how these students, and these were students who did this. A teacher posted this on this site, and they made a 6-word memoir with PowerPoints, and that's what you're gonna do. But they put it to music. Now here's one, and I'm not gonna play the music. I'm just gonna show you the slide. And they said, sadness will intrude, happiness will overcome. So think about that. And true means you're forcing yourself or forcing through something. It'll take over you. But happiness will make you overcome, really make you feel good about yourself and make you feel like you're triumphant. And you could go back and watch those videos. Here's a picture example. So this is what you're going to actually do. You're going to illustrate your slide, and here's one. It says, break down my walls, discover me. And that's a really powerful thing. Notice how they use the picture of her breaking this character, breaking through a wall. And so it looks like she's really discovering herself. She broke through barriers. She broke through these walls. She went through some stuff and she discovered who she was. And that's a powerful statement right there. And so I want you to really dig deep, guys. Really think about, the challenges, the events, the things that cause you to really think about who you are and make a memoir about that event. And think about the 6 words that will describe that event and put some pictures to it or decorate your words like they did on that other slide. Here's some more examples. I'm not going to go through them. I just love this one with the Cinderella boot, and that's not how the Cinderella story went. But look at that and think about why they use that boot instead of a slipper. This is just telling you what you're going to do on the next slide. So this is like your draft. Remember, the writing has several stages. You're going to think about what you're going to do. That's your pre-writing. Then you're going to jot down your ideas, and you're going to write a draft. And after you do that, you're going to revise that draft. You're going to proofread that draft, and then you're going to, proofread it again and revise it, and then you're going to publish it. Publish it means you're going to write your final best copy. And I'm going to show you the slides where you can do that. This next slide is where you're going to actually do your actual draft. You can type here and see I'm typing, or you can use the writing tools, either one you want to use. If you use this, if you're at home, you can write right on this paper that I'm going to give you. You can write in your illustration here, or you can do it right here. There's tools down here that you can use to illustrate your writing. Now here's where you're gonna do your final draft. You're gonna choose one of them, okay? And I think I listed 4, 6 slides. These are called PowerPoint slides. Write your memoirs on that. Notice I put name up here, but I didn't write that on all of them. So remember to put your name and your teacher's name. Here's another template. They're called templates. Write your memoir on here. You can illustrate it. Here's a picture of a newspaper. I'm not gonna go on, but basically that's the gist of the lesson. There's some more slides, a blank one. And then you're going to do your exit ticket. You're going to explain what you've learned. So that's the gist of the lesson. Tell me if you have questions. Call me. Call your teacher. Come on the homework hotline. Mondays, we put up the lessons. And on Thursdays, we're available before then to go over any questions you have. Thank you, and go out there and learn. Remember, use those powerful words to describe your stuff. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Take care. Be strong. Go out there and learn some things. Bye-bye, guys.